All right, boys and girls, we got week 14 of the Circa $1 Million contest. We're coming off a 3-2 week. That puts us at 35, 29, and 1 on the season with 5 weeks left. So we almost have to be perfect to, have a run at the number one prize. It's going to be tough, to be honest. We had 2 bad weeks so far in the season, and that's kind of cost us. Otherwise, we've been pretty good. But, we're going to continue the next 5 weeks and just do our best and hopefully at least get into the money. So, yeah, it should be a good week. Actually, a few good games on the docket that I'm looking forward to watching. Usually there's maybe 1, maybe 2, but there's quite a bit, maybe a handful of games that I want to see. So, all right, let's get right into it. Game 1, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are a 5.5-point favorite. Falcons coming off a 17-13 loss to the Chargers. They are 6-6. Minnesota 10-2, coming off a 23-22 win versus the Cardinals. Falcons should have won that game. Kirk Cousins had 4 interceptions, and then on the Vikings end of it, they squeaked out that win. They should have lost to the Cardinals. And I like the Falcons to bounce back here. This line shouldn't be 5.5. And so I really like Atlanta here. I'm taking Atlanta plus 5.5. All right, game 2. We got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a 7-point favorite. Raiders 2-10, coming off a 19-17 loss at the Chiefs. They blew that game, botched snap, and they couldn't end up kicking the game-winning field goal. They should have won that, but they did lose. Bucks 6-6. They're coming off a 26-23 win versus Carolina. They played horrible against Carolina. Probably should have actually lost that game. They came back and won it in overtime, but they did not play good. I liked Tampa Bay last week. I like them again this week. I like them to bounce back. They're at home. I think they're going to have a good game, and I think -7 is too little. I think Raiders are just really bad, and O'Connell just had a great game last week, and I don't think he's going to do it again. And so I'm taking Tampa Bay -7. All right, game 3. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams. Buffalo is a 3.5-point favorite. Buffalo 10-2, coming off a 35-10 win versus San Francisco. They completely spanked them in the snowy weather. This was not even a game. There's no chance for San Francisco, and Buffalo just looks really good. The Rams 6-6. They're coming off a 21-14 win versus the Saints. They looked okay against the Saints. They got the win, but didn't look great. But they're at home here. I think the Rams are going to come to play. As much as the Bills are 10-2 and they're playing really good, I'm still not buying them as they're a contender. And I think the Rams are playing good and they can beat anybody. I think they're going to play really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. And so I'm taking the Rams plus 3.5. All right, game 4, we got the Chicago Bears at the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are a 4-point favorite. Chicago 4-8, coming off a 23-20 loss to Detroit on Thanksgiving. They completely blew that game. The ending was just horrible. Really, really bad clock management on their part, and didn't even get to a field goal attempt. And they're, like I said, they have not won on the road at all. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They're just a complete mess. Niners 5-7. They got blown out by Buffalo in Buffalo 35-10. They're a complete mess too. McCaffrey's on the IR, along with Jordan Mason. They're a complete mess too, but the Bears are a bigger mess, first of all. Niners are at home. They still have something to play for. Maybe they can run the table, maybe get into a wild card, maybe. But they still have something to play for. And so I like San Francisco to bounce back here. I think running back Garindo comes in and plays well enough that I don't think McCaffrey being out is a huge deal. And so I'm taking the Niners -4. All right, 5th game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are a 4-point favorite. The Chargers 8-4, coming off a 17 13 win versus the Falcons. They played bad. They played really bad, but Falcons just played horrible. Had 4 interceptions by Cousins, and they squeaked out the win, but they should not have won that game. Chiefs 11-1. You know, they beat the Raiders, but they probably should have lost that game. But story of the Chiefs season, they just keep finding a way to win at the end, whether it's luck or whatever you want to call it. They're getting the W's. They're 11-1. Obviously, they're at home now. I think that was just a little Thanksgiving. It was the day after Thanksgiving. They were kind of, just didn't really care about the game, weren't focused. They're going up against the crappy Raiders, and it showed, and they almost lost the game. But I think they're going to come much more well prepared on this game, and they're going to win easy. I like them to win by double digits. And so I'm taking the Chiefs -4. Should be a great week of NFL Week 14. Hopefully, I honestly see at least a 4-1 week here. I think we can easily get 4-1 on this slate and, make a run. That's really what it's about. We just got to keep, 5 weeks left. You can't worry about what happened in the past. Just got to, every week, the goal is 5-0. And so I think we have a good shot this week. So check out our NFL Thursday video was already out. So that was out yesterday, Thursday Night Football. And then we have our weekly episode of NFL Week 14 with all our best bets. That is out, so check that out. And college football conference championship video is out as well. So take a look at those videos, and then we'll see you guys next week for NFL Week 15.